Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. We are continuing our previews of NFL team for 2016, the Miami Dolphins. This is, I say it a lot, this is an interesting team. This really is, though, an interesting team, right? They got a new coach. We got Ryan Tannehill. Is he going to take a step forward or not? They've got a defense that Sue is obviously the middle of it, and he's been doing well, but there's not much around him. And then they add this guy Tunsil on the offensive line, which is probably a big steal in the draft. And so they kind of got lucky with him, but it's kind of like a program. And last year they were just a team that was just in disarray, right? At times they were just a team that was like way underachieving the sum of their parts. So they've got a young coach, 38 years old. He's like a player's coach. How is that going to help him out this year? I don't know. The season win total is 7. The over -130. The under +100. Mike Brenner, are you high on Miami or looking to fade him again this year? What do you think?
No, I'm going to fade him. And last year, all that drama they went through, and then when they fired Philbin, the tight end coach stepped up and they had one of the most brilliant games. And I think you remember that. They scored like 30-something points in the first half. They cashed 2 or 3 tickets in a row. They became a very good ROI machine there for a minute. But then the rest of the drama happened.
Yeah.
This team's in trouble this year. I don't see this team winning at tops 4 games. I look at this schedule. I mean, unless there's somebody there I don't see. And, the Browns, I'm going to tell you that's not a given. The third game of the year, the Browns could beat them. I'm just telling you right now, this team's got some learning to do.
Yeah.
Adam Gase, head coach, you hit it. He's young, 37. He's a player's coach. He's an offensive-minded coach. The Bears, the Broncos, so he's been around some very good coaching. But this is going to take a while to turn this mess around. Tannehill doesn't impress me. I haven't really seen him take a hold of the leadership role. And Arian Foster, is the running back. But they got that J.I. or however you pronounce it. He's got some, there's some good signs with him. But I don't know, Pete. I think
they got some real roster issues, that's for sure.
They do.
And Tannehill, it looked like last year he started to regress. He was always kind of incomplete, and then last year he started to even not be as good at the things that he used to do well.
And you know why? They signed him to a big ass contract.
Yeah.
And when that happens, a lot of these guys just start.
Right.
He's in Miami living the life. His wife is involved in Twitter and in bashing players. So that's a lot of drama. Pete, I'm thinking fading this team. The team total 7. I think there's no way that they can come near that. And I'm not being negative. I just don't think so. They scored 19 points a game, and they gave up 24. All right, I don't know. I think this team's in trouble. What do you think?
I would tend to agree with you. My only the thing that I'm thinking about is how will the new coach affect things, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he did do well with Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler thinks that this is like a good hire for Miami. The reports are that he's going to let Tannehill sort of be more in control of what he does on the field. Maybe that'll give Tannehill a boost. I've heard some opinions that that'll help him out. It's sort of an unknown. Anytime you have a new coach, especially kind of like a unique coach who's like younger and a quote-unquote player's coach, that's sort of an unknown situation, sort of a big X factor. Right?
I know Cutler turned a little bit around last year, but when you just said that comment, that makes my mind. Hey, Cutler said he's a good hire. Guess what? Fade him. This guy's going to be fired in 2 fucking years. Excuse my language. But now I'm definitely looking to fade him. But there were times last year after everything happened, the spreads, it took us some time to adjust. They were getting some big points as an underdog. They did cash in that moment. But you know what? I look at this schedule. I don't see it happening, Pete. I'm staying away except for to fade him. And I'm going to fade him the first 4 or 5 weeks because it's going to take time to gel. And what week, that's the other big bet, what week will Namadamic, however you say, Sue, get suspended, do something stupid because he's going to be out of there sooner than later.
And if he goes down, even with him, they just don't have anyone else around him.
No one wants to play with him.
Yeah, there could be a lot of. On the other hand, they do have a strong offensive line, right? Pouncey and this
guy.
No, they
do. They do. Pouncey is absolutely. He's steady and he's the leader. Obviously, I think he's the leader in the locker room, and that's where Tannehill needs to take over. But I don't know.
And Tunsil would have been, if it hadn't been for that video, he would have been a top 3 pick. So they got a top 3 pick on the offensive line. That's at least
that video was all luck for the Dolphins. That was a little But he's going to take time also to adjust to this style and the coaching. So there's a whole new coaching staff over there as well. So this team's going to take time.
Yeah, and the stars on defense are getting older. Cameron Wake. Look, I'm agreeing with you. I'm as of right now willing to look to fade the Dolphins. Pretty much the whole year.
And one of my best buddies, Tommy T from the NC. God bless him. He loves the Dolphins, but I told him, I said I wouldn't be surprised if they only get 2 to 3 wins, and he even said, you know what, you might be right. Looking at the schedule, you know. So
looking at the roster.
That's it, buddy. You got it.
All right, Sportsbook Review is where Mike Brenner and I come from, and what is Sportsbook Review? It's a what is it? I can't remember.
Well, we're the sheriff in town as far as the Better Business Bureau of the industry. history. And like you say, Pete, they have, what is that called? Solution.
Oh, conflict resolution.
Conflict
resolution. If you have a problem with a book, you can file a complaint. SBR will do its best to solve everything, and it's free. A free service. If you have a complaint with a sports book. No guarantees, but guarantee that it won't cost you anything.
Absolutely. And speaking of free service, this is what this is. We want to keep doing this, guys. So fund a couple accounts, get going, get ready for college football. Tell your friends, have them sign up. Let's get going. It's time to take that bookie's money.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.